One more cast for the Legend Broba on the night. We are live yet again here on Minor League Esports. Kendo Slice in with Junior P Cubed, and another brought to you by APM Music, your content turned up. We have the Pirates and the Bulls yet again. I didn't know the Bulls were an aquatic mammal, Junior, but apparently they can gore a ship and they can keep rolling on top of that.
If I was a member of the Pirates on this AL team watching that last series and how badly the Bulls beat the Pirates, I would be coming into this game red hot. It was a 5-0 for the Bulls, but the Pirates now have an opportunity to move on forward. It's going to be Finico, it's going to be Tezukako, it's going to be Haku versus Zeeks, Gigabyte, and Silver on the Bulls side. Pirates looking to come in red hot and take some games off of the Bulls as they're looking to continue to move on forward in the AL.
And that is exactly what we are moving on into for the Bulls. They look like they've had a pretty stinking good season so far. Another instance of a team over 500 in the Volcanic division, and is still not in the top two of said division. It's one of the winningest divisions historically in Minor League Esports. You're looking, though, over on the opposite side, and the Pirates may just be the best team in the Academy League right now. They're actively growing and getting better, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top here. And the Pirates, a little extra fuel, as you did say. They saw their cohorts from the Premier League go down in extremely dominant fashion, and they avenge the opposing ship. Will the Jolly Roger turn the flag upside down here? Or turn the frown upside down? Never mind. We go to game number one.
Yeah, Bulls starting off with some pressure, keeping this down in the Pirates' corner. Finico will be there just to make sure that one doesn't do anything finicky. Keeps it at this midfield line. Both these teams trying to start off hot. They're trying to start off kicking. That one's going to bounce by everybody and be the first goal of the series scored by the Bulls.
Now, first goal on the board for the Bulls yet again. And if I didn't know better, I'd say we were still looking at the same two teams, with the way that the Bulls are quickly dominant into the offensive zone.
Yeah, the Pirates, they're going to need to start bouncing back,
but
that's not the response that you need. I mean, right at the midfield, missing another touch. That's 2-0 early on for the Bulls right here.
And this has been fairly impressive for the Bulls, but I think more than the impressiveness of the Bulls has been, where in the world is this Pirates defense rotating? I'm going to be watching off the kickoff. They're rotating heavily forward on that. That might be something to adjust. You want to make sure that you're covering instead of sending all three forward.
Yeah, it looks like the Pirates are stepping up incredibly overzealously. They're trying to get the ball forward, but they don't have possession of the ball in the first place. It leads to so many open gaps, so much open space to work with for the Bulls. Now they are finding it. They're looking for a pass play, but Gigabyte, he'll be able to put that one away, or I think maybe it was Silver who got the final touch. Keeping it down here in the Pirates' half. Another nice touch as they look to break out of their own half. First minute of play, the score is all in favor of the Bulls, but that could be changing soon as starting these shots, they're starting to fly on target. Maybe we could see a goal from the Pirates relatively soon if this pressure keeps up. It's going to be right there at the end of the color commentary. Tezukako finds the first for the Pirates.
Clanger! And that comes off the foot of a loose touch by Zeeks. Placement like that, you don't find it every day, and the Pirates will cut the lead in half.
Great movement, at least forward, to find that opening goal. It can be the trickiest of the series. Now they've proved that the Bulls' defense is penetrable. Now it's time to exploit that even further. Shot from Tezukako. Can't quite find it. Nice shot by Aku, but he's not able to convert that one either. The pressure coming on for the Pirates. It looks a little bit strange, but it doesn't matter. It's another great shot, and we've got ourselves an equalized scoreline.
And this right here, I really dislike the defense by the Bulls. We see multiple hesitations there at a Gigabyte, and I really just feel it would have been better to put yourself more towards the net and keep the momentum going. The wealth of choices for Gigabyte ends up being the downfall, and the Bulls see a deuces wild scoreline.
Great opportunity to move forward. You've got it basically back to a 0-0 game. Now it's time to find the advantage. The Pirates keeping this right now in the Bulls' half. The control is great from Finico, but he's not able to find that crucial touch to exploit the gap inside the 18. Back to the Pirates' half, where Gigabyte, he'll be there to shut it down. It's a pass over to Zeeks. It's off the crossbar, but not able to convert that one either. It's a battle right now for midfield control, much like what we saw in the last series, but the Pirates are faring a whole lot better in this game than in games previous. Nice save by Aku. Keeps it off the goal line and keeps things even right now between the Bulls and the Pirates.
The help defense for both teams are keeping goals off the board, but at this point, it's the Pirates taking command of the midfield. 2-2 at 2:22, and the Bulls have their work cut out for them. A loose ball in the midfield, though, picks up by Silver, excuse me. And Gigabyte will look to control this down. Zeeks is there. It's an open net. Just needs to put it in, but misses out on the touch. I'm not sure if that was a lack of boost or just a false start on the jump.
It's coming down to the wire. This pressure's here, but Gigabyte, he steps up. He gets another goal, 3-2. His first found really a hat trick across the entire team of the Bulls. That touch just was a little bit too far direct into the Bulls player, just commanding on forward, taking that lead and now moving forward in a way that is certainly going to be favorable for the Bulls.
And we will push exactly that forward. Gigabyte off the kickoff, punishing again. Forward positioning by the Pirates. And if not for Tezukako missing that completely, oh my.
Yeah, so much space just being opened up. I mean, you hate to see it for the Pirates. They finally worked back into this game, and they gave themselves effectively a 0-0 scoreline. Now they've got to do the exact same comeback once again, make it one more. Zeeks puts that one past the defense, 5-2 now, and the Bulls are starting to run away here in game number 1.
And the Bulls looking more and more solid, as they've taken advantage multiple times of the Pirates and their kickoff positioning. It's something I really feel needs to change. You're not going to win every single kickoff, and the most appropriate thing to do on said kickoffs is make sure you have one cheating and one covering. I don't mind being aggressive, but you can be too aggressive and get manipulated the way that the Bulls have manipulated the kickoff 3 straight times now.
Advantage is going to be refound by the Pirates as they continue to at least barrel down their opponents' throats. The problem is it's not resulting in anything. Gigabyte can't quite find the angle on that hit as it just continues to reside at this midfield. Admitted in some change left on the clock. Finico swooping in, but not able to beat Silver right there. The counterattack can begin for the Bulls. Lofted touch by Gigabyte opens up a world of space to play around in, but they're not able to work it much farther than the midfield line. The touches are coming through, the offense is coming in, but the Pirates don't want to go down without a fight.
And they will give their all to make sure that they don't. It will be Haku not able to get through the midfield line that the Bulls are putting forward. Izukaku doesn't get through the midfield yet again, and this all starts, this goal, with the fact that not only were they double committed there in the corner and searching for resources that the others were taking, but they were finding themselves out of position yet again on the back end.
It just seems like the defensive woes persist between the Premier League and the Academy League, at least so far in game number 1. That one's close to going in and being the 7th to find. Finico finds it heroically on the goal line, but he done all he could. He ends up flying the opposite direction. 7-2 now. The Bulls with a commanding lead in this game.
I'm not sure what the odds makers have as on the number or a Pirates comeback, but I'm pretty sure it is minuscule enough that you would need a very, very large calculator to finally get the minute equation. It's going to be Finico looking for some semblance of solid in the midfield. And the Bulls equal to the task everywhere they go defensively. For the Bulls, game number 1 looked a little sketchy. The 2-2 at 222 ends up being nothing more than an omen, though. They charge on 7-2 game 1 win.
6 games in a row for the Bulls franchise. And I think one thing that we do need to harp on is the 9 shots by the Pirates and only 2 goals found. That's right in line with the Bulls finding 10 shots, but 7 goals off the back of it. Offensive efficiency is the name of the game for the Bulls. It's what we're seeing right now in this series between the PL series earlier and the AL series that we're watching right now. If the Bulls continue to play as offensively dominant as they did in this game number 2 for the Pirates, something has to change, or else the Bulls, they're going to continue to run away with this series. We've already seen this storyline once.
I think for the Bulls versus the Pirates, what you're seeing here in the Academy League, more than anything else, is a differentiation of mentalities. The Pirates are all about trying to keep the pace fast, trying to make sure they position themselves forward. They've done it multiple times on the kickoff. They've been punished for it 3 different times in that game. So you take those 3 goals away, it's a much more respectable scoreline. The problem still is, though, they're shooting the ball at a well-covered Bulls net. You're going to have to pull some of that defense out. Otherwise, you're going to continue to see 7 saves, maybe 8 saves this game. I don't know. We'll find out what the number is after the next 5 minutes.
It's like you were talking about in the last series. You've got to start causing some misdirection of some sorts. You've got to start working the ball in your favor, because if it's not working straight down the middle, you've got to create roads that are against the common narrative. That's going to end up not finding outside, and Finico's going to open up the scoring once again for the Pirates.
Double commit here. Gigabyte gets no touch at all, and here is where the aggression of the Pirates can really come in clutch, when they are the ones punishing the over-aggression of the Bulls. Conversely, for the Bulls, going to have to be a lot more calculated with the way that you go in, and the non-challenge there by Keegan could have been the goal. Instead, it ends up being the fatal flaw that puts you 1 down.
30 seconds in, the Pirates have the advantage, but the Bulls aren't letting up. They're continuing with this midfield pressure. It almost seems like it's the organization's gameplay as they're not letting this ball cross just yet. Finico, though, finds himself with a load of space. Zeeks is going to jump up for this, but doesn't find it. Haku's shot goes directly into the corner instead. The Pirates, they look a lot more offensively confident. It's definitely something to look forward to, but the Bulls, man, I mean, they're coming through still. They're going to find a goal at some point, just as a matter of whether it's now or later, maybe in another game at that.
An hour later, very fun candy from the 90s, my friend, but I digress. Gonna be Gigabyte looking very nice in the forward position. Meets 2 Pirates in the air. Can the team punish? Izukaku will push it through the corner. Good patience, but Gigabyte will get in early. This is going to be high off the rim of the side or the backboard. No follow, though, as Silver will work together. Will that just drop? It will. Gigabyte gets the answer, and the Bulls tie it up.
I couldn't quite tell if this was a doozy or not. It looks like Gigabyte doesn't get this final touch off the wall, but Haku, man, he was so close. Almost had the touch, just not able to find the proper angle. 1-1 now. Bulls have tied up the game, and now they're looking to continue on in this series, maybe find the second. We've got 3.5 minutes left to play, and the Pirates are already back on offense, keeping this at least cross midfield down in the red half. It's going to be off the backboard once again. Members can start to commit forward for the Pirates, but they're not able to work the ball closer towards the net. In fact, the ball is just flying away. Gigabyte off the backboard. We'll be able to clear this one out, at least start over a new train of possession. But that chip of a ball right now, Tezukako puts in a second for the Pirates.
Yet another small weakness has been exploited for the Bulls. A weak touch is able to be seen out by Tezukako. And if you can transition quickly, as the Pirates have shown they are very apt to, you might be able to catch the Bulls out of rotation. 2 straight transition goals have led to a Pirates lead. Can they hoist the colors in the second half and come through to tie this series? We will find out.
Pirates right now are making good of this mid-game slash early game right now as they're working the ball around, but they're continuing to hold on to this advantage. One thing we saw in the last PL series between the Bulls and the Pirates were as the game went on, as the series moved forward, that the Pirates would be able to take maybe a goal early on, but quickly run out of steam. That's absolutely what these AL boys, they're looking to change in this series. It's a completely new one. It's still in their grasp. Finico's going to be up for this. It's a nice touchdown, but no, the goal unable to be found. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining on this clock. 2-1. Pirates may have the advantage, but I don't think 2 goals wins this game.
I don't think so either, and it's going to be a potential open net. Silver will end up putting that to the side instead of in the 50% that was allotted to him. And at this point, for the Bulls, it's getting down to crunch time. Zeeks will get an initial charge in. This is going to be a high lofted touch. Almost gets the play to Gigabyte. And it's just at the last moment that the Pirates are able to keep this out, but the ball dangerously close to the net.
Bulls are heating up. We'll have to see if the Pirates can match that tempo. They're starting to find some more control, especially down in the red a half. Gigabyte's going to have to use an enormous amount of boost just to be able to get this ball out. Finico, he steps in, puts it top corner. 3-1, and Pirates, they definitely don't want to go down by 2 games in this series because they're putting in yet another goal to make it 3-1.
Yeah, 100%. You cannot go down by 1 more. There's still a chance, as you said. 75 seconds left on the clock, but for the Bulls, they cannot give away possession the same way we've seen them over the last 3.5 minutes. They are going to have to take charge and make the most of the chances that are afforded them. A loss of possession here, not a good sign as the Pirates are going to get it into the offensive zone.
Regain possession, start looking for the eligible. Finico's all out of boost, but the defender doesn't know that. It's towards the top corner, but the shot's not there. Counterattack can begin. Gigabyte's got the dribble, has the control, but not the 50 that flies towards the Pirates net. 40 seconds left. They're going to need to find some goals quick because right now they need to score a goal every 20 seconds, and that just continues to tick down as the clock does as well. Silver can keep that off the goal line, but there's 30 seconds left and 2 goals to be found, and well, not much time left to do it at that.
Deeks does have the opportunity. Forces a good 50-50, and if the Bulls can move up together yet again, they may afford themselves a chance. In the box, Silver via lofted touch. Who? Oh, mispositioning by Zeeks. They do get a shot on. That's going to sneak by, and there is a chance with 7 to go.
I was going to come out with something saying like, oh, it looks like it's done and dusted, but Gigabyte's proving me wrong, making me eat my words before I even say them. 2-3, 7 seconds to go. Maybe a kickoff goal here, but there's plenty of time for the Bulls to get back into it. Hold the phone because here comes the final assault. It's going to be on this sidewall. Sylvester's looking for a pass down. It's off the backboard, but no, not enough, and the touch isn't there. Pirates will win game number 2, send us to game number 3 with an all-tied up series at 1 apiece.
Yeah, it ends up being the failures of the Bulls in game number 2 that lead to the deficit on the scoreboard, and it's too little too late for them, sadly. 6 shots against the 7 of the Pirates, and the defense did not find itself set on those 2 of those 3 goals that the Pirates were able to put in. And for the Pirates, they need more of the same. It plays to their positioning when they are able to score in transition the way that they showed us. If they are able to continue that, and the Bulls are continue to afford them that opportunity by just handing them the ball in the midfield, it's going to be a whole lot more Jolly Roger.
Pirates and Bulls are matching each other on just about every statistic that we can see across the board. It's coming down to those minute mistakes, maybe 1 goal more allowed than necessary. 3-2 is a close scoreline, and the numbers reflect that as well. So as we move on forward, the Bulls, we saw some control, but we also saw that final assault come in too little too late, like you were talking about, Kendo. They need to continue on that pressure earlier, at least start that kick closer towards that midfield point rather than in the last 30 seconds to a minute of gameplay. Winning the early game is important. It doesn't win you the complete game, but it gets you a good headspace moving forward, at least a good mentality to look forward to. It's game number 3 here on the oh so peaceful Forbidden Temple. It's going to be off the crossbar. Gigabyte's up, but this one's going to be cleared right back out to midfield as Finico finds a 50. Looking for a touch right here, but that one's off. Won't be converting that one on that opportunity.
Ever the opportunist. Of course, this is Academy League, so we don't necessarily expect perfection from these developing and budding talents. But I tell you what, we could crack open a Bulls Play of the Week.
Goodness gracious, what a beautiful shot. Just off the backboard, Finico pre-jumps, puts it perfectly. No defender was back for the Bulls, but the Pirates are going to find the first right there. First 30 seconds, and Pirates are already starting to try to win that early game once again.
It's going to be the Bulls. A quick answer by Gigabyte off of the kickoff. Once again, this ball will go to the opposite side for Haku, and then Gigabyte afforded the opportunity to push through the hole. Not enough communication. Almost better to double commit and save the ball than to allow that one through. Such a small crevasse.
And the crevasse is being expanded into a gaging gap right now as the Bulls are looking to exploit every single misstep that the Pirates make. Double commits on the goal line, overzealous rotations. It's all coming out. The Bulls, they're coming alive right now. Tezukako off the backboard looking for a teammate. Down can't best Gigabyte, who's standing valiantly in net. But the Bulls, their defense is scrambling. This possession is entirely kept by the Pirates. Another shot will rain on, but the double's not found. Gigabyte looking for that long touch, just not able to make anything of it. They looked like they want to go so bad, but they couldn't buy space in their opponent's half if they paid for it. 1-1, 90 seconds and change played, and it's still Pirates control, still on this Bulls goal line. Finally, the Bulls will break out and start to turn over a new leaf, look for that advantage goal.
Yeah, you're starting to see the Bulls' rotation slowly laying hold in the defensive zone. Yet again, it's going to take the extra touches from the Pirates in order to beat them. As long as the third man is patient, I do feel very good about the Bulls' chances. The problem lies if that third man ekes themselves out just a little too far, and the Pirates, you already know they're going to be jumping on that ball in the midfield. They win possession there, chances are they're scoring the goal. Speaking of goal, that's close. Finico will see it out.
Almost give up possession right there off the back of that double commit. First 2 minutes of play, that was a scary one for the Pirates. They do come out of it the benefactors. They do come out of it with the kind of control that they need. Gigabyte's touch opens up a lot of space to work with. It's going to be off the ceiling waterfall, but no one's there to read it. Nate Finico can't read that one either as this possession continues for the Bulls. All three members on the goal line. A touch out by Zeeks will get stuffed at the midfield line. We cross halftime still with an equalized scoreline, and Finico looking to change that with an air dribble, but runs out of boost before he can do anything.
And now the Pirates with the tie game. No real pressure on the scoreboard in this Bulls team. When they're able to play patient, it just seems like they play better. When they play panicked and from behind, it hasn't gone well for them, because the Pirates seem to be there at every turn. Not necessarily with the best touch, but touches that have put the Bulls on the back foot. It'll be Finico. It's that ball across the backboard. A miss by Tezukako will allow Finico the control from one side to the other. Miss out. Shot towards the net. Gigabyte is there, and that's just going to slow roll in.
Sometimes when you calculate for the strong shot, you fail to protect yourself from the weak one. Zeeks hits this from behind midfield, and Haku, that hurts to watch, man. He was ready for that strong shot out of Gigabyte, but no contact was made. 2-1, the Bulls have the advantage again. We're getting down to crunch time here in game number 3. Pirates, they had the advantage. Rather, they had this game closed. Now they need to retake this lead or else they will fall at least to 2-1 so far in this series. That's off the backboard, but Tezukaku and Haku can't find that one. A minute 15 left on the clock. That's one of the best opportunities we've seen from the Pirates, and they aren't able to convert.
But the lack of patience and the double commit will see this go back the other way, and Gigabyte will manage to finish it. It's tragedy for this Pirates squad as 3 straight things go wrong. The Field's backflip into the goal here. Oh my. And the Bulls maintain their lead, or will the Pirates show us something? They definitely have the aggression to show us something. They just haven't been able to create the same way without the Bulls giving them the opportunity.
Yeah, they've got 60 seconds to turn the tide on its head and maybe make the Bulls start to sink their confidence ever so slightly. They got to find 2 goals. It's a nice, awkward fake. It might find its way in, but Haku, he can't put it past Zeeks, who stands valiantly on the goal line. Gigabyte can slow this down as much as he would like. They're sitting in a place on top of the hill. They're not fighting for the high ground. Unfortunately, that's exactly what the Pirates are doing, trying not to let this ball cross into their own half, making sure that they can at least work the ball in their favor. They've got to have possession first. No shots have been found, and it's coming down to the wire. They need a goal desperately if they want to try to send us to overtime.
And they will not find it. 12 seconds to go. Silver's going to see this all the way into the offensive zone, and continued control by Gigabyte. Going to kill out the clock. Chance for one more on the road for the Bulls will not go through. The ball will fall, and the Bulls now have a 2-1 advantage on the score line.
They come out, they play the better game. The Bulls win that late game, which is really the most crucial part of the game. We look at the scoreboard, and immediately what I'm noticing is just the sheer difference in points for the Bulls. We did not say Silver's name as much, only racking up 60 points. Now, that's definitely not definitive of the entire game. The way that score is calculated is different, but for it to be that vast of a gap, something's going on. The Bulls are still definitely beatable. Gigabyte and Zeeks just having a great game at that to carry their team forward into game number 4 with a 2-1 advantage. They'll certainly be happy with that result.
The difference here was control more than anything else. There was the early priority that the Bulls got from the first goal, but the control for the majority of this game was in the hands of the Bulls. They were meeting the Pirates in the midfield much better, and that's where a lot of that control came from. Win the 50-50, take the Pirates over aggression, turn it on its head, but then have the audacity to just slow the play down once you get in the offensive zone. Put more opportunities on net. They double up the shots. The question is, can they do it again? Is it a sustainable practice, Junior? All the answers are ahead in game number 4.
Gonna have to be sustainable for the Bulls. The Pirates have proved they can elevate to whatever volume or decibel level that you want them to. Now, the question is, can they keep the pace up? It looks like we might be resetting the lobby for a second here. Looks like somebody got kicked out of it. So that's all good. A technical delay never hurt anybody. We'll make sure to get this going as quickly as you can. You're asking if they need to keep it sustainably. I think that's exactly the right word to use, because the pressure and the control that the Bulls were able to find, they can continue to do that, but they're going to have to start with this next game. If they want to continue taking this series in the fashion that they have been, it's going to start right now here in game number 4.
Yeah, and I also feel like the team that scores first is going to have so much more of the opportunity to keep that in. And for the Pirates, with how aggressive they are, with how much this Bulls team has been so good once they're able to set up their defense and meet you where they want to meet you, not in transition, that is going to be the big difference here. For the Pirates, they have definitely shown us that if it comes down to quick, lightning fast plays, sometimes even passes to each other, they can be the superior, but the Bulls have remained steadfast in every other category.
Pirates gotta elevate the temperature here, bring the heat early on, take the advantage, not just one, but even more than that. They want a shot in this series. It could quickly get away from them here. This is a chance for the Bulls to take the majority of the games home, guaranteed. The Pirates certainly don't want to give that up that terribly easily off the backboard. Follow-up isn't there. It's going to be cleared out to the midfield line where Haku and Finico, they'll try to sort out this pressure. They're not going to be able to find anything. It's off the backboard once again, looking for the Doomsy, but that's a strong clear. Keeps this one all the way out. First 20 seconds, several opportunities for the Bulls, and Pirates scrambling right now on defense.
And it's going to be the first 30 seconds gone by. Not much positivity until right there. Finico will manage to finish this. The Bulls look delayed, and Gigabyte, I really feel like that's not your touch, my friend.
Probably a poor decision to cut in on that rotation. It ends up with all of the Bulls scrambling on their own goal line. But you know what? I was going to say, I guess it doesn't matter. They don't find the goal off the back of it. And it's a long shot by the Pirates. They're going to extend this out to 2-0. Great demo for no reason whatsoever. Silver gets knocked out. Finico gets credited 2-0. Pirates have the advantage and definitively at that. Keeping everything going, just keeping it over here on the backboard. Gigabyte's going to look for some sort of possession out of here. It's not going to amount to anything. 4 minutes left to go. I don't know if there's technical difficulties or not. It looks like Discord is still working, so we're just going to roll with it, and we're going to roll with whatever punches we can. It's a 2-0 game right now, and the Pirates, they have the advantage at that. 3:45 left on the clock, but here comes the Bulls at that. It's a great shot by Gigabyte. It's going to end up finding the back of the net. It's exactly what they need. 2-1. Pirates are starting to have that lead taken away. Finico with a bit of a lackluster touch. It certainly is not going to help them out any. 2-1. Bulls are starting to climb back, and Pirates need to get back into this as quickly as they can.
We had to check in on something real quick due to a technical difficulty. May just be the internet is going bad in the Slice household. Will Gigabyte get a slice of his own in the net? No, but makes way for Zeeks. That's going to be a tie game.
And just the game turns absolutely on its head. A double commit as they part the Red Sea across the goal, but it's a red wave coming through, and that's exactly what they found. 2-2. 90 seconds played. We're back to effectively a 0-0 scoreline. The Bulls, they're bouncing back, and in a way that the Pirates certainly aren't going to be pleased with if this continues up.
Certainly not, my friend, and or Finico. And a lot of control there. Oh no, the aggression gets punished again. Zeeks will be the one to put this one in.
And just flies in from the midfield, puts it over everybody. Haku gets caught turning a bit too wide on that touch. Can't get quite back. 3-2 Bulls. Now they've gone from being down by 2 to having a 1-goal advantage. The tide has turned and the Bulls are leading the charge.
Oh, how the turns have tabled, my friend, and it's going to be the Pirates. They are double committed, triple committed even again. Gigabyte. Opportunity, it's dangerous in the box, will not get the touch in, and another miss by Silver. It's going to be run back by the Pirates. We're approaching halftime, and it's really anybody's game on the back of how many mistakes both teams are making.
First half of this game, it's exactly what you said, Kendo. So many mistakes have been made. It's what's led to this high-scoring atmosphere, at least in the first half of play. Now, as these teams start to stabilize, as the nerves start to iron themselves out, control is going to be a must. You've spoken on it in the pre-show before. These teams are going to have to find possession rather than these long booming clears that inevitably won't get them anywhere. Last 2 minutes of play, still anybody's ball game, but the Bulls have the slight edge over their opponents, and they're not letting the Pirates break out. Finico wants to step forward, but Haku, long shot, maybe a bit too far for his liking. Last 2 minutes of play, Pirates have possession, but nothing found just yet. Bulls looking to win this game. It's a long shot. Silver's going to put that one in.
My goodness, and once again, We see more Bulls punishing the overcommit and the aggression from the Pirates. At this point, the plank's out. The problem is they're walking it down it themselves. They aren't addressing where the Bulls are showing their strength, and the entire timeline has flip-flopped. Aku's gonna keep this one close with a minute 45 to go, but outside of more adjustments, the Pirates are down on this.
Pirates need to make adjustments quick, and we're seeing signs of life with a minute 45 to go. As they find that third goal, they keep it a one-goal game. They're not going down without a fight, but the Bulls might be fighting a little bit harder off the backboard, almost a double tap, but not able to find that kind of shot just yet. The Bulls, the gaps are starting to open up. They're starting to lose sight of their goal. It's 90 seconds left to play. Bulls are looking to take this one. They do have the advantage, but it doesn't look as firmly held as it has looked before.
Oh, and Finico, that is a solid challenge. Again, we've talked about throughout this broadcast the foundations of good Rocket League, and for the Pirates, they're looking exactly that. They need to win some 50-50s in their own zone. They need to carry it through very well, and then they need to capitalize on chances like this. Finico will be the one to tie the game at 4.
It just shows how quickly the tables can turn. Like you were saying, Kendo, the Pirates have found themselves with a leg up in this series. 4-4. They're still fighting with everything they've got left in their grip strength. They're looking to equalize us, and not only that, send us to game number 5 with no clear victor, won or determined. It's going to come down to this last 60 seconds. I think the Pirates want to take this in regular time. It's an unfortunate touch. Zeeks can put it away, though. A backflip off the goal line. Be heroic in his own lunchbox, but he's got to continue to do so as this possession, it's not up just yet. Finico's backflipping, bicycle kicking, whatever you want to call it. Finally, Silver can break them out, flick over the top. It's going to be off the backboard. It's a good opportunity that goes uncapitalized. Both these teams remaining at the lower case in this final 30 seconds.
We'll see how everything turns out. Silver will get an initial push in, and the Bulls have to go the distance. That's a wide open net. Finico, no double tap, gonna need help. Haku will be there just in time, and the Pirates have a 1-goal lead.
That demo by Tezukako opens up all of the space. Gigabyte and Silver had both committed forward. 5-4 now. This game completely flipped upside down. 13 seconds remaining. Pirates looking to send us to game number 5. And the Bulls, certainly this isn't all what they have to offer. They're going to look for that final goal. And the Golden Tex is counting it down. It's a great touch by Finico, as it will just resign down here in the red half. Tezukako just needs one good clear, but can't quite find it. It remains down here in the red half. It's going to hit the ground. Pirates are going to win this game. We're headed to game number 5, looking to see who's going to take home the majority of the games this series.
Quite the comeback by the Pirates to put themselves back into this one. 8 shots total, high conversion rate of 5 goals. And you look at what the Bulls put out, 12 shots. It was very impressive offensively, but they fell apart in the midfield. Whereas before, that was their strength. They showed the underbelly, and the Pirates were able to power through with the last 3 goals and potentially might be able to come through and steal this series. You cannot give an aggressive team as many opportunities as the Bulls did here in game number 4.
Bulls just gave up so much space. It was kind of like both these teams were fighting for who could give up the lead first, and it comes down with Pirates being the benefactor at the end of it. They have that mentality. They have that ice-cold nature in their veins. They find that goal in the waning seconds, and now they're heading us into game number 5. We're about to be here on Manfield, looking to see who's going to take the majority of the games. I, for one, have no idea who's going to come out on top.
I do not either, my friend. I do believe it's anybody's game at this point, and it's going to be up to who gives away the control. Can the Bulls rescind their mistakes, or will the Pirates' aggression once again power through? They've scored the last 3 goals. Can they score another and put themselves at high priority in game 5?
Starting off with some early possession will be quickly cleared away by Silver as the pace is immediately starting to heat up. Both these teams want to take the opener, and Gigabyte's going to do just that. Bar down, 1-0. Bulls have the advantage.
The lead's so important in this series, and Gigabyte will find top cheddar. Finesse off the tip of the Octane, and didn't know the Bulls. That was literally the Bull in the China shop shot.
It's absolutely wrecking havoc on the net. The haymaker at that. 1-0 though, and the Pirates are starting to find some control again. It was quickly given away, and that's what led to that Gigabyte goal just a second ago. But now they need to get this pressure. They're not able to hold on to the ball for much longer than a couple seconds. Tezukaku will put this out, at least keep this off the backboard. It's bouncing off that ceiling. Waterfall control will be kept for the Bulls. And not only that, they'll find the demo at that. Pass down, looking for a teammate. Awkward angle. It won't be found. The Pirates will be looking to go the other way.
Go the other way they will, beating two along the way, but Tezukaku, despite the fact the stop was brilliant, a demo on the back end alleviated almost all the pressure, and the Pirates' aggression was not able to bear fruit here. Could have been a 1-1 game. Instead, physical plays by the Bulls. I'm liking that. I want to see more of it because the defense is looking a little shook on the tail end of some of these plays. It's Haku into the corner. High lofted touch off, and a breakup by Gigabyte will allow Finico affords a shot towards the net, but Zeeks will sweep it away.
Bulls, they're not giving up without a fight, but at that, they can't be giving up these kind of opportunities. Pirates are taking space that's been given over to them, and they're even going to find an opportunity here, but no, Zeeks is able to put that one away. 2 minutes have been played. I felt like this game has gone on for much longer than that, but we're closing in on crunch time. Gigabyte's finding possession once again. Tezukaku immediately there to steal it away. This ball not being allowed to cross the midfield line. We've said it so many times this broadcast, Kendo, how control is paramount, and giving up the ball right there is certainly not pristine. It's a nice shot, but it's off the post. The offense is swooping in. It's absolute pandemonium right now. The Pirates can't seem to get it together. They'll finally break out, but at what cost? They almost get scored on there, and they don't have that much boost to show for at this moment.
The Pandas play next week, if I remember correctly. So no Pandas or no Monium either. However, the amount of misses you saw on the Bulls' side may have made you moan in pain at the tail end of that play. Haku, flick over one. And the Pirates, once again, they're finding themselves going back to the well. And the well has run dry because the Bulls are set on defense, and they're the ones making the save. 4 so far in the first 3 minutes. I get the feeling the total's going to be even higher.
It's not only that the Bulls are setting up on defense, it's not that they have to commit too many resources towards defense. You're routinely seeing only one man back, but the Pirates just not able to work the ball down the field quick enough to counterattack. That's a great opportunity, but Silver comes up huge right there, puts it all the way out to midfield. This onslaught isn't done just yet. Off the ceiling waterfall, hard to read. It's off the backboard. Finico with the follow-up, but not able to make the touch on the side flip at that. I don't know what's going on anymore, Kendo, but it looks like chaos. 1-0, 90 seconds left to go, and the Bulls still have the advantage.
Indeed. Until then. Finico. Let's take a look at this, my friend. Gigabyte, loose touch, immediately jumped on by Finico. You had 2 set defenders who were there, but that's the power of a turnover, and that's also the power of Pirate aggression. They steal the ball when you leave it out. They're looking more like the shark trying to munch on Captain Hook right now, but don't mention the Peter Pan story to this Pirate squad. They don't like it.
Still a tie game at that. Not anymore. Tezukaku puts in the second one, beats the defense on the dribble.
Oh my.
I can't talk about
He had this ball on a captain's hook, my friend. Take a look at the power and the angle. The Pirates are up by 1 with 63 seconds to go. It's still anybody's game, but the aggression is showing through for the Swashbucklers.
2-1. We're getting back into this.
Oh
Gigabyte
my!
off the crossbar. It's so close. These teams are duking it out in every sort of statistic. 48 seconds remaining and 1 goal advantage right now for the Pirates. The Bulls certainly do not want to go peacefully into this good night. They're looking for the pass play. Finico's going to be able to find this off the goal line, but the possession continues on. The assault enrages. 30 seconds left. The Pirates may have the ball temporarily, but the Bulls certainly looking to steal that with the first chance they have. Long
that
shot
might be
downfield.
on.
Is it in? No, it's not. Haku keeps it off. Gigabyte with the follow-up, but no! All 3 members on the goal line. They're scrambling. No one's able to find it. 1 goal advantage. 15 seconds left. All of the energy in the world right now for the Bulls, but the Pirates are holding on for dear life. Maybe one final opportunity, but that touches down. Finico puts the nail in the coffin, or so it seems. 6 seconds left, and it's a 3-1 lead for the Pirates.
And the redemption story for the Pirates may just go through. 2 goals in 6 seconds. Not unheard of, but for the Bulls, so many missed shots. It's almost like the Pirates put a red flag on the crossbar and the Bulls just kept missing.
It's going to spike into the ground in the final seconds of play. Pirates get revenge for their PL brothers and put themselves at a series win, 3-2. The Pirates come out on top, and the Bulls, they just weren't able to match that energy towards the end. They gave up an easy opportunity, and that's what spells their downfall.
Yes, sir. That's literally all I got, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a great series in the AL. Bulls and Pirates back to back. Great series. Good that we could go 1-1 on the night. It's important to realize the situation we're in. Broba, we're out here representing him, a valued member in the community that is gone far too soon. And it's going to be quite an empty server without his voice over the top of it. We're just doing our best to keep it together and make sure we can all get through it together, man.
Absolutely. Folks, if you have not clicked the link, there is a GoFundMe currently. It is completely funded at the moment, and I want to thank every individual who even considered putting the support towards the funeral expenses and supporting the family that is left behind. I would encourage you, go above and beyond. Be a blessing to that family in one of the hardest times that you can have. And you have a son who regrettably is no longer with you.
I can't imagine the pain it brought to the family just to hear the news. But we live on his legacy.
Absolutely.
With every word we do, with every, not even on the server, with every step we make.
Folks, before a lot of us were, Broba was, and before South American Rocket League was a complete thing, Broba was over there casting it with Chimako, and you're looking at a pillar in Broba to what we do in our craft and our practice, and we're gonna miss you. We are gonna miss you like hell, Zach. Absolutely. Folks, it's a somber moment, but all things good and bad do come to an end. And we want to thank you for being here with us tonight. That's all for the individual night. A special thank you to all the sponsors: APM Music, Balls Garana, Power A, Forge Coaching. Y'all makes things amazing. Special thank you to Broba and family. Thank you for all the memories. Have a good night. We will see you tomorrow.